I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah. I don't take no L's, only dubs on my mind, yeah.
Yo. What's up? How y'all doing today, this morning? How y'all doing? Hope you're doing good this morning. I know it's kind of early for me. Not really. It's what, 9:25. That's not early. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. What up, Mark Anthony? How you doing? Isn't that like an actor's name or something, Mark Anthony? I feel like I've heard that name before somewhere. Mark Anthony. I've heard that. I don't know where. I've got all these things on my stream that I'm trying to figure out what I can hit, but like I got some music, but it might be a little loud. I've been watching the pre-market this morning as I'm trading on the stock market, Here, let me turn this music up. Let me see what it sounds like. Does it sound good? I'm just gonna check this out. Yeah, too loud. Yeah, there it is. What up, host? I'm the host. The hostess with the mostest. All right. That's okay. I like that music. That's not bad. I can do that. That's all right. I like the dub beat better. You know, that all the beatboxers made for me. I like that a lot better. But this will work. That's cool. So, I mean, I'm looking at the stock market this morning. I bought some calls yesterday. I'm trying to see, you know, where this thing's going to go. If it continues up where it's heading, then I'm golden. You know, I made some money and I'm happy today. It could fall down though. I mean, it broke an uptrend to the upside or downtrend to the upside yesterday, and in pre-market, like Nvidia broke to the upside in pre-market, but it didn't confirm. It didn't keep going. So that's not a good sign. You know, I have calls for Nvidia over 275.5, right? 275.6. Betting it to the upside, and then AMD over like 111.5, 111.75, right in there. That's about where I have them. Apple just took a huge dump, right? Huge sell-off on Apple, which if it's below 176.7, then it's puts. You gotta bet to the downside, right? Either shorting the stock or buying puts, and that'll probably pull back all the way to 174 range. And then if it pulls back to 174, it's going to continue down, right? Which would suck. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want that to happen. It's okay if it happens on Nvidia because I'm still holding some way out of the money puts that I bought as insurance in case it went the other way, went south by a lot, which is possible. But I did sell my AMD puts yesterday for a small profit. First one for a small loss, second one for a small profit. But I don't have them anymore. So if I had held on to them, I'd be up again right now on them. But we have, 45 seconds till the market opens. So we'll be able to figure out what happens from there. The QQQs are trading in kind of a channel, like a peak channel from like 2 months ago. There was a small channel at the peak of a run, and it's kind of in that same channel right now. So if it breaks below this channel on QQQ, we might see some blood, you know. Let's see here. Yeah, I drew the channel right here and pull it back to the 4 hour. You can see what I'm talking about. This channel right here. There's a peak right here, created a small channel. It's in that same channel right now. It dipped below it once already, but the peaks are the same, right? The peaks are the same. So it's at a downtrend. So we'll just have to see what happens in these first few minutes of trading, right? I'm not trying to see I'm not trying to go crazy and act all psycho and say, oh my God, I usually wait for the first 5-10 minutes of trading before I make any kind of decisions, right? What up, Chillax? Dang, bro, your channel dying. Wait, how many subscribers do you have? How many views do you have? What are you saying? I don't care, bro. I honestly don't care. I don't care. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I was talking about this yesterday, where I don't care about the views, man. You know, like it doesn't bother me. You know, it's not like I need people to be watching my channel. I just want to make videos that I like making, right? That's ultimately that's all I really care about, right? I love you, bro. Keep going. I'm an old fan. I appreciate that, Chillax. You know, the thing is, man, I've got oh, damn. Yeah, I know. I came in hot with that one, man, because I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. But ultimately, bro, I don't care if, you know, if my channel goes massive or if it stays small like it is. I have so many different types of audiences, you know, from all the different kinds of videos that I've made. So it's like every now and then I get these Elite Bata videos, right? Or these Elite Bata comments where they're like, They're like, yeah, beatbox. So they're like, do leap bata. And I've got those comments so much, right? Because for a while I was making guitar videos, you know, because I play guitar. I've been playing guitar a long time. And then for a while I was making beatbox videos. I mean, originally when I started this channel, I did voiceovers. When I first started this channel, I did voiceovers. You know what I'm saying? So you can see how far I've come as far as different types of content that I make, right? So, and I know that that's not how you're supposed to build a YouTube channel. You're supposed to make the channel themed, right? And based on one kind of thing and whatever, which is cool. But I don't care. Like, I don't care. I just make videos that I like making. And then when I get tired of making them, I take a break from them and maybe I make another one, you know. And with the beatbox thing, I actually had I had a problem with copyright strikes that kind of really screwed my channel up pretty bad, you know. And luckily I talked to Pepone, I talked to all them, they were cool, you know. He was really cool about it. They took him off and they whitelisted my channel for Swiss Beatbox. So any content that I make created around that doesn't matter, you know, like they're not going to claim it. But it doesn't matter. I'm cracked at guitar. I mean, I can shred a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I've been playing for a hot minute. But I mean, I don't want to continue building my channel around other people's content. You know what I mean? Not to say that I won't ever do any beatbox videos or guitar videos or anything like that. I just, as a general rule, it's not a good idea to just make your content based on somebody else's content, right? Because I see that a lot. I see people that do that and they die, like long term, they die. Because I can make videos right now, and as long as I get good at making a certain type of video or kind of video, like these stock videos, you know, YouTube will serve them up, regardless of how many subscribers I have, views it gets. It'll serve them up as long as the content is good. So I'm more worried about that than I am about anything else, about making good content, right? Good videos. Like that matters to me more. And not even just for like, so people can see it. So I can feel good that I created something, right? Because it's all about creating stuff, man. You gotta create something new. You need something new. You can't just keep doing the same thing for 50 years. Like you could, but I can't do that. It's like my grandpa. That's how he was. He had like 15 businesses. They were all different. You know, yeah, you got to be original, bro. You know what I mean? You can't just do what everybody else is doing and expect it to pan out. You know what I mean? You thought it was Paul Rudd? I mean, I could be Paul Rudd, Brandon. I could be, you know. Slap it to fish. You want me to pull out some Paul Rudd on you? I could do it. You know. You want, give me a Paul Rudd line. Let me say it. Suck on my dick. I could do it. Just, you know, tell me what you want me to say. I'm gonna suck on my dick. I mean, you know, I actually made a video of who I was related to that was famous, and I used Paul Rudd's silhouette. If you notice my my emblem, my Delirious emblem, it kind of resembles the Ant-Man emblem. Yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? It's one of those things. Like, I can't help that Paul Rudd looks like me. You know what I'm saying? I can't help that. Not like he wasn't born first or anything, you know. Yeah, it's just what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, I'd much rather look like Brad Pitt, you know what I'm saying, or Tom Cruise even, but you know, I'll take Paul Rudd. I'm cool with that. I can deal with that. I think the market just isn't deciding what it wants to do here. The 30-minute looks like it's trying to wait and figure out what's going on. I look like Rich who? Rick? I don't know who Rick is. Rick James? I'm Rick James. I don't look like him. The market just doesn't know what it wants to do right here, man. It's saying that it wants to go up, but then it's going down. And saying that it wants to go down, and then it's just kind of going sideways. So, I mean, it's until it gets out of this channel, I'm really not interested in anything at this point. Rick Astley. Oh, don't say that. No, man, my hair's not red. You trying to rickroll me? Is that what's happening here? Come on. I mean, this could be creating a triangle up at the top of this run from the past 2 weeks for the Qs, you know? Yeah, I mean, you got to pay attention to your chat. And I'm not going to lie, it makes it easier, or makes it harder whenever I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on to the market. I streamed yesterday for the first time, doing what I'm doing, which is trading options on the stock market. And it's difficult, man, because I can't pay attention to 10 things at once, right? I can't watch everything that I need to watch to pay attention to the stream, pay attention to the 5 different charts that I'm watching all at the same time, and as well paying attention to the options premiums, right? Which is what it's all about for what I'm doing. So, I mean, you know, I kind of have to look at it as focusing on one thing at a time. You know, that's all I can really do. And we're in the first 5 minutes of trading here, or we're past the first 5 minutes of trading. We're minute 7, and this thing's still kind of doing some neutral candles. It's not sure where it wants to go. Apple's saying that it wants to go up. I started to break down a little bit, then it stopped. Yeah, it's a lot to pay attention to, you know. But it's okay as long as I stay focused on what matters most, which is the options premiums. I should be okay, you know. The VIX is hitting its what is that, 200-day moving average? That's the 100-day moving average. So we'll see if we get a bounce on the VIX. I hope not. Hopefully it crashes through. Everything else looks like it wants to turn around. Sometimes stocks, when they're at a run, they'll do this red to green move where they'll go red for the first 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe even the first 20 minutes, half an hour or so, and then bounce, turn around, and just make a huge run, right? I don't know if that's going to happen today. It's just a lot of times that'll happen, especially with stocks like Apple or Nvidia. They'll do that a lot. So you can a lot of times capitalize on that as soon as the market opens. Yeah, you can make a lot of money off of what I'm doing, for sure. You can make a lot of money off of it. There's people that do this for a living and they make, you know, loads and loads of money. I watch multiple guys that stream this, that do this, that, you know, right now probably making $20,000, $30,000, right? Like instantly, you know, within 2 minutes, they're making thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, I'm not there. I don't make that kind of money, but still, I'm trading. I usually swing trade. Like, I'm waiting to see how these calls, they're called calls, that I bought yesterday pan out in today's market. Right now, they're just sitting even. They're just basically sitting at where I bought them. If the VIX crashes, this bottom right hand corner, if the VIX crashes down below this 200-day or 100-day moving average, which it looks like it's going to, and continues to go down, then the market's going to bounce and come back up, and, you know, my calls will be good. Yeah, I appreciate that, Chillax. I mean, you know, it's just life, bro. It's just life. You know, you do what you enjoy. You do what you want to do. You do what makes you money. If you can do what you like doing and make money doing it, you're golden, man. Even if you're not making $1 million, it's like, if you can make a livable wage doing what you're doing, that's a good goal to shoot for, right? Because if you like doing it, if it's something that you enjoy, you love, you're going to do it more. You know, you're going to pay more attention to the details. You're going to do it more than, you know, you would than working. Like, if you went to if you went to, what up, no pan. You got no pan. How you gonna cook? I mean, you gotta weigh the pros and cons of how you make your money. You know, ultimately, you need to weigh what is the real cost in your life, like long term. You know, is it something that's going to make you unhappy long term? Something that's going to, you know, screw you up mentally, or make you miss out on these things? Or what is it, right? And is it worth that much money to you? However much money you're getting paid, is it worth that much money? If it's not, then you need to figure out how to make money another way. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying just, oh, I'm not making any money. No, I'm saying you need to figure out how to make money another way, a way that, you know, is sustainable. You want to play games for a living? At the same time, my family won't let me. I mean, streaming and everything is it's a hard racket, man. I mean, you see how many subscribers I have, and you see the streams that I'm doing, and you see how many views I'm getting. Like, I was expecting 0, right? But I'm saying it's a hard racket. You got to do it regularly. You got to have, you got to have a schedule. You got to have interesting content. You got to have setup. You have to have all these different things, right? I mean, you don't have to. There's people that stream out there on their cell phone, walk around doing stupid things and whatever. That happens. But there's always some kind of hook. There's always some kind of gimmick that they do. You know, you can start a stream tomorrow, and as long as you have the right hook and you sync it into them pretty quickly, and you know they know what they're watching right away, you know, you're good. But it's not so easy to do. It sounds easy. It's easier to say than it is to do. So I just say, whether it's streaming, whether it's making videos, whether it's making money crocheting it, like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just the fact that you like it, the fact that you enjoy it, that's enough, because you'll do it more often. So do that. You know, I mean, I like playing video games, but I don't think I'd want to do that for money, personally. One, because I'm not very good. And two, because it would take the fun out of the video games. I play video games to relax. You know what I mean? I do that to relax. Like, that's the whole point of me playing games, is to just relax. It's escapism. You know what I mean? Like somebody like PewDiePie, who's been playing video games forever, and he does great at it. He also has the mindset of, he doesn't really care what anybody is saying or thinking or anything. He just acts crazy. He doesn't care, you know. I don't know if I could be like that or not. I mean, I guess I could. You can go back and look at my videos. You can see I don't really care most of the time. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm looking at this market still. Nvidia, everything's dumping. I'm hoping that it all turns around. Like, guess what? It looks like. It looks like it wants to go to downside. It broke my support lines at 270. It went down to 269, 268.5, 268.47. So this is kind of an indication that the Nvidia is going to continue to go down. It's not good. It's not looking good. Apple looks like it's going up. It's mixed in the market right now. Everything's mixed. You know, everything's mixed. I mean, AMD's not dumping hard. How do you make money? Like, what do you do? So what I'm doing is I'm buying options, right? This is on Thinkorswim, but you can do it on other platforms as well, like E-Trade or other types of platforms. I'm buying these options right here. These are all contracts, and I can buy these contracts, right? Which the contract is for 100 shares, to buy them at a certain price. So I can buy one of these contracts right here. It's 99 cents. I can buy that for 99 bucks. That's how much it would cost if I bought one. It would cost $1 now, or $100, $103, right? That's how much it would cost. And that cost is based on where the stock price is and how fast the stock is moving. The volatility of the stock, which is how quickly it rises and how quickly it falls, will also determine a portion of the price for the contract, right? Which is called your premium. So that's your volatility, right? Your Vega is what they call it. They call it Vega, but it's like frat boy talk for volatility. Essentially, what you're looking for is a stock that's going up quickly or a stock that's falling down quickly. That way you can buy into one of these contracts and then sell it. I mean, I've been investing in trading stocks for like probably 15 years or so, something like that. Options, I traded options probably about 10 years ago and did okay. Didn't really enjoy it, but I was also trading them on a laptop and my phone, and the platforms weren't quite as finessed as they are right now. You know, so for about the last year to 2 years or so, I've been trading options, trading stock again. It's something I've been doing for a long time, but as technology progresses and there's more things that are available for you to be able to analyze these stocks charts and look at all of these things to make it easier, it becomes more and more interesting to me, right? And I keep learning more and more. So, I mean, when I first started trading stocks, they didn't have, like, you couldn't draw lines, how I have these lines, these support lines and everything drawn on this chart. They didn't have that. Like, I would have to literally print out the chart on a piece of paper, get a stencil or a protractor, right? Which I still use the protractor today on my phone. Get a protractor and legit, like, draw lines with a protractor and a ruler and shit. Like, on charts that I printed out from my laptop, because they didn't have these tools. They weren't available, right? Or if they were available, they were so difficult to use, they weren't very user friendly. So E-Trade was kind of the first one to do that. And that was back in like 2006 or something. You know what I mean? I'm like fresh out of high school, like trying to figure all this stuff out, you know? So, but I mean, trading stocks, it bought me my first house. You know what I mean? My first house I bought from trading stocks. I had about $2,000 in there. It's extremely stressful. I don't smoke cigarettes, I vape. Yesterday I went to the store, bought a pack of cigarettes and smoked half a pack within like 20 minutes because I was so stressed out. Because I bought some puts because I thought AMD was gonna dump, right? And it didn't. It did after, right? And I was fine, but it's stressful. Whenever you're down like 60% or 80% of your money, yeah, you're freaking out. You know what I mean? Because you know you should be selling, you know you should be out of it, but you're just hanging on because I know the move's coming. I know the move's coming. You know, it did come, but waiting for it to come is like, it's so stressful, man. It's so stressful. Sometimes it's just, it's like I was saying before, is you got to weigh the costs, right? Is it worth the stress sometimes to hang on to a stock, or would you rather just take that few $100 loss and just say, I'm done. I don't care. You know, me, I like to hang on, and then sometimes I'll smoke a half a pack of cigarettes, freaking the hell out. That's what I do. Smoking makes you happy. I've noticed the correlation of smoking cigarettes and stress levels. Whenever I smoke, because I don't smoke, I used to smoke. I stopped smoking when my daughter was born, right? And when I smoke cigarettes now, I can feel my stress levels, because I'll go through like spurts where I'll smoke cigarettes because I'm, heavy stress or whatever. I'll go buy a pack of smokes, I'll break down and be like, screw it. And I'll go buy a pack of cigarettes, right? Or a cigar or something. A cigar, is a little different, but I'll go buy it, and I'll notice for that 3 days or a week or so that I have that pack of cigarettes, my stress level is like so much higher, right? So I don't know if I'm buying the cigarettes because I'm stressed out, or if I'm stressed out because I'm smoking the cigarettes, right? I think that's what it is. I think it's when I smoke cigarettes, I'm more stressed out because I don't have all that crap in my body nonstop. If I'm just vaping instead of smoking, maybe that's why I'm more chill, because I'm vaping like 24/7. maybe that's why I'm more chill when I vape. It's very possible, right? And it looks like the market's doing exactly what I was hoping that it would do, which was the red to green move. It started going down and everything started popping up. I appreciate that, man. I try to be a good father, I do try to be. Not everybody's perfect, but I try to be the best dad that I can. I know she wants to be around me 24/7, and that's all I care about. That's it. At the end of the day, the only person, she's doing good, bro. The only person that really matters, what she's for, the only person that I care what they think of me is my daughter, right? Ultimately, that's all I care about. It's like I could lose all of my money on the stock market. I could lose everything that I own, and it wouldn't matter as long as my daughter didn't think I was a scumbag. That's all I care about, right? And she knows it. She takes advantage of it, shit. Yeah, she's 4. She'll be 5 in October, so she's still pretty young. All right, market turning around a little bit here to the downside. I mean, Nvidia looks like it's gonna hit this very weak uptrend right here, which isn't good. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen right here, but it doesn't really look good. The VIX looks like it wants to turn around and go up, which would push all of these stocks down. The QQQ still looks like it's going down on the 4-hour chart. I mean, we could still get a bounce, but it doesn't look like we're going to. This is right at a low. If the Qs go below this dip yesterday at what is this? 366.9, 366.87. Yeah, so 366.87. If it falls below 366.87, all right, man. Thanks for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. I don't know that I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stream at least twice a week doing this, if I can, and then maybe make some other content as well. 366.87 just broke. Yeah, so it just broke lows. QQQ just broke lows from a peak. It's still going down, so this might be the top of this run here. It could be the top. Yep. Peace out, my man. I'm still gonna give it time before I make any rash decisions and sell any of my contracts, because they do have a few more days left till expiration, and also we're still kind of in an uptrend on AMD, right? We're still kind of in an uptrend on Nvidia. Same thing with Apple. We're still kind of in an uptrend, right? It's reaching this last leg of the uptrend kind of thing. So a lot of times what stocks will do is they'll create these uptrends, and they'll come back and test them over and over and over again. They'll come back to test the very bottom line of the uptrend, and then that's where it'll take off. You know, a lot of times that's what will happen. I don't know if that's going to happen today. Hopefully it does. Like on Apple, I just drew this line on this spikes from the past 2 days, and as you can see, the candle from the last 5 minutes is wicking down to that line, right? So it's testing that uptrend. That's exactly what it is. It's just testing the uptrend, you know. And this line on Nvidia isn't drawn perfectly, but it looks like it's doing something similar. So if it comes down to 267.78 or so, it wicks down to that, turns around. Now, if it closes strong on this, I'm worried. But if it wicks down to this and then bounces back up, I think this thing turns around and goes back up, right? At least for the next day or so. It might not continue to make newer highs over 290, 300, but I don't need it to. I only need it to get to like 280, right? For me to be okay with my contracts. That's all I need. AMD looks like it's still going sideways. It's coming back up at the moment, or it went down the last 5 minutes, but it's still up on the day. So it did have a pretty good fall here. A couple wick candles. Still above VWAP, you know, the volume weighted average price. It's basically just what traders use, what people that are doing short-term investments, that's what they use as an indicator of which way the stock is moving. So as long as it stays above VWAP, then we're going up for the day. If it goes below VWAP, what's up, Kipley? How you doing, bro? If it goes below VWAP, then 9 times out of 10, it's just going to continue to go down. Like right here on Nvidia, it's below VWAP. This little tiny gray line, I don't know if you can see it. That's your VWAP right there. So it needs to break up above this VWAP, which would be what, 270.50. I mean, if it breaks up above that 270.50, then we know it's probably going to be a green day. It's probably going to go back up and come over this and get back up to the top of this channel, 275.5. So hopefully it does that. I hope, you know. AMD looks like it wants to bounce. It's just not sure. I mean, yesterday I was making calls out for everything dumping, right? For everything to dump. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who was thinking that. And it didn't. Everything actually skyrocketed, right? I was expecting everything to go to the downside. So hopefully it didn't do a one-day spike and then now it's going to dump, right? which could totally happen. It could absolutely happen. And, that's just part of playing in the market, is losing money. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. So you buy yourself some insurance on it. You, I don't know, go sell yourself on the corner so you can put money in the stock market. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as the end of the month or even the end of the year, your gains outweigh your losses, then, you're doing a good job. Right now, I'm definitely down on my NVIDIA calls, for sure. Just by looking at the stock, I know I'm down on them, right? But I'm not stressing about it because I also have some puts that I've been hanging on to. So I'm not stressing about it. I know they're going evenly right now. Here, I really need to set up my stream better so I can look at all of these things on two monitors, or even on two computers, really, at this point. I don't have, I have to actually go back and look at my phone when I'm managing some of these trades, because they just pop up easier for me on my phone. Plus it does some of the math for you that it really doesn't on the computer. I mean, it does, but then I'd have to figure out how to do that. I don't know how. So if you guys are making any comments and I don't see them right away, that's probably what I'm doing, is I'm watching the stocks on my phone as well, or I'm setting up trades. Like I have one in the pipe right here to sell these Apple calls. So I can just hit confirm and send, and then send, and it would send it. Which I only have 2 of them, so not a big deal. It's not like I'm losing all of my money on these trades either way. But the potential to the upside, the potential to make money on them, I feel good about. So I'm just gonna hang on to them, see where this goes. If it dumps down and takes a crap on me, no big deal. I'll just change my positions and hold on to them for a couple of days, and they'll run for a couple of days. Because if it does fall down from here, it's going to create a triangle at the top of this run, atop of this long run here, right? A triangle or a flag, essentially, is what it's going to create. Now, I did go with a protractor and look on all of my companies that I own calls for to see what patterns they are forming, and I was looking at perfect triangles, and all of them have broken the upside of perfect triangles. So I think for the long term, short term, by that I mean like the next 2-3 days, I think there's still more pressure for it to go up just a little bit, maybe not a lot, because long term it's downside, I think. But we'll just have to see what happens. I'm not an expert. I don't know everything, but we'll just have to see what happens. NVIDIA looks like it wants to break down, but I mean, how far really can it fall before it turns around and bounces? What's this thing going to fall down to, 250 today? Like, I don't think so. So as long as it doesn't do, even if it does do that, I'd be fine. I would actually probably make more money if it fell down that far. So I'm not too concerned about that, but just don't go sideways. I guess that's the only thing I care about. As long as the stock does not go sideways, I'm fine. That's my main concern, is I don't want it to go sideways. So NVIDIA actually broke down below my call out to myself, the 270 level, to buy puts. That was where I was wanting to buy puts at, but I was sitting here talking and not paying attention. So the next bounce level out of this 266.21, right? That's the next level for it, or right in that area, 266.65. Right in this area is kind of the next low. So if it breaks below that, then yeah, I'm gonna load up on some puts. I'm gonna load up to the downside, right? I already missed this move right here below 270. I should have bought it. I should have got it, but I was talking. I wasn't paying attention, But I'm just looking at the market, and the Qs are coming up to the moving, was a 100-day moving average or 200-day moving average. So they might bounce there. Good evening from the Philippines. Oh, dang, it's nighttime over there. That's right. Shoot, man. It's morning here. Well, it's 10 in the morning right now. 10:01. I've been streaming for what? 32 minutes, 33 minutes or something like that. Just yakking my head off trading on the stock market. And actually, I haven't made any trades this morning. I've just been watching everything and talking. It's kind of hard to talk and interact with the stream and trade stocks at the same time. I'm finding out. I'm doing good, Hazel. I'm chilling, you know. I'm hanging out. I did some Paul Rudd impressions earlier. I was I'm just hoping that, you know, I don't lose all of my money on the stock market today, because it's not looking good. Everything's going sideways or down, and I needed to go up or sideways. I mean, I guess going down isn't terrible. I'm still going to make money if it goes down on Nvidia, but I need everything to go up. I need everything to skyrocket, right? Which that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants the stock market to go up, so whatever. But I only needed to go up to next levels, like 280 on Nvidia, 115 on AMD. You know, I only needed to go up so much, and then 180 on Apple. That's where I'm hoping everything gets to in the next day or so, because if it doesn't, then my contracts are going to start to become worth even less. So they expire on Friday. Don't worry, it'll be okay one day. Well, it's got to be one day by Friday, because Friday the contracts expire, and I'm SOL. I basically have one day to sell these contracts, and it's today. Unless there's an absolutely massive move tomorrow. If everything goes absolutely haywire and just goes up tomorrow or later today, then I'm pretty much screwed. You know, but looking at the 4-hour charts, everything's still saying that it wants to go to the upside. So I'm not that concerned. These little 1 minute, 5 minute charts, these 5 minute candles, you know, on some of these charts, they're not that concerning, you know. I don't really worry myself with them. Nvidia's is a little worrisome, but the rest of the market on the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart look like they want to continue to go to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, is the 4-hour chart. That's where I make most of my money at, is looking at the 4-hour, the 1 day, the half-hour, because I trade them and I hang on to them to the next day. You know, you'll pray for me. Yeah. Well, you know, do everything you can, I guess. Pray, cross your fingers, make some kind of curse bag in the stock market that it gives me all of its money. Whatever you got to do, you know what I mean? Generally, as a rule, I try not to say cross your fingers too much, because that's like, you know, you don't have a plan. You're just kind of going in and half-cocked and saying, go get it. But I still say it sometimes. But I catch myself every now and then when I'm in the stock market. You have to have a strategy, you know. You have to have a strategy, and you have to stick to the strategy. And you can't let your emotions overplay you and make you want to get out of whatever trade you're making, or screw your strategy up based on something that has nothing to do with what's happening in the market. It's what's happening in your head, right? So getting that part out of the way is the hardest thing to do. If you can keep your head from if you can keep your emotions from getting in front of your head, then you should be all right. Now, that's not to say that you won't screw up, you know, because you could wind up streaming like I'm doing, not paying attention to what you're doing and making some bad judgment calls, right? That's easy to do. That's very easy to do, because you're not really focusing on what it is that you need. Like Nvidia is dumping to the downside hard. It's dumping hard. It's gone down coming up on $10. Like, it's dumped hard, right? That doesn't happen every day. It's happening today, though. I mean, with such a strong red move like that, this might be the top of this little run for the rest of the market. That might be it. Might be all she wrote. You know, I don't like to be so pessimistic with the market, thinking that everything's just going to crash all the time. But with the levels that all of these are at, it kind of looks like it's going to. You know. So I mean, it is what it is. It looks like we're going to be continuing to the downside, as far as I can tell. we're going to have a little bump here to come back up and start creating a downtrend. So that's what it looks like to me at the moment. I mean, the next real resistance for this NVIDIA stock is down in the 262 level. I mean, it's not that far either. I mean, you might as well buy some puts on NVIDIA. You know what I mean? At this point, because it's not going up. I mean, I already missed the move, but it's still okay to look at. See, I got these right here for like 10 cents. They're whatever. So there's $100 and some. Not a big deal. 265. Yeah, so I think they're going to continue to go down. I mean, it's what it looks like. It doesn't really have any resistance or any support here for NVIDIA. Not any strong support anyway until 262. And even that's not that strong. That's just a level, you know. On the 4-hour chart, it looks like it wants to create a head and shoulders pattern again. There's shoulder number one, there's the head, and there's a shoulder, right? Only problem is it's a very small shoulder, so it might not actually happen. I mean, it looks like it wants to, and then the VIX looks like it's going into reversal, which on the VIX, I've been looking for a reversal on this for a while now because it had such a massive downside move. So I was expecting it to come back up to the mid 20 range, which would push all the stocks down and then turn around and continue down, or maybe go sideways. So, but for now, it's up to watch, see what happens. That's all we really can do. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna cut the stream now because I'm not gonna make any trades at the moment. You know, if I do, it'll be puts. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. If you, I know it was a really short stream today. I'll try to stream whenever I can. Maybe I'll stream doing some other stuff, but you know, this is the easiest for me to stream because I'm already sitting on the computer doing this. So, but thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time.